AOA podcast back with you on a Monday. Cuddles.
Yeah, got a case of the Mondays.
Of course, it's a Monday if you believe our government. If you're one of those who does their research, you know it's Thursday and a half. So thanks for being with us either way. On this episode, George Santos has found a new gig. We'll share with you what that is. Plus, Chris Wallace insults Adam Driver in the worst way possible. John Lennon's last words are finally revealed after all this time. Speaking of after all this time, Brenda Lee hits #1 on the charts with her rocking around the Christmas tree. Yes, it's a very sweet story.
I love that song.
We've got an Ozempic side effect report from one of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're going to talk about holiday suicides. More importantly, we're going to talk about Home Alone inflation. Folks, that's a podcast. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm sorry for the raspiness of the voice there.
I find it sexy.
Oh, you sweetie. Welcome in everybody. Robin, Carrie, oh my goodness, Oceani, Miss Justice, Renee. Everybody's here in the live chat. Replay crew, what up? Let's get into the day's events. George Santos is making a living already post-Congress. He has taken to Cameo Cuddles.
Oh, God.
Where he is listing himself for $200 a pop on Cameo.
Who the fuck does he think he is?
For real.
And who is paying that? Who in this economy has that money
Excellent
to pay
question.
for a cameo from him?
Excellent question. These are all great questions. The first big cameo request he got was from a little-known gentleman named John Fetterman, who you might be familiar with, who likes to wear nothing but hoodies around the Senate, because he actually hired George Santos to record a cameo and send it to Bob Menendez Jr. Bob Menendez from New Jersey.
Oh, God.
Bob Menendez is in the Senate, is a senator from New Jersey who's been accused of all sorts of ethical issues, and he's got a whole big rap sheet worth of stuff that he's in trouble for and that they're investigating him for currently at the moment. And I think have proven some of this stuff, if I'm not entirely mistaken, which I might be. But anyway, John Fetterman, after Santos got the boot, went around and did like the circuit, did interviews and everything. And he was like, you know who we really need to get rid of is this Bob Menendez. So credit to Fetterman, not only like resting on those laurels, but to take the extra step after the fact to go on Cameo, hire stupid George Santos and record a cameo for Bob Menendez, who basically I'm not going to play you the cameo because I don't want anybody to hire George Santos, but basically it was like him warning Bob Menendez about how bad Congress can be and how they don't give you a fair shake, and just get ready and be prepared, so on and so forth. It's kind of cute. It's kind of a funny. I give John Fetterman all the credit in the world, although I have a feeling it probably came from somebody on his staff because it's too brilliant of an idea for a guy who wears that many hoodies.
Yeah. But that is funny.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, I wear that many hoodies, but I don't have great ideas like that. That's a pretty good idea from Fetterman.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what he's got. So that's what he's doing now is Cameo.
I guess he's focusing on Cameo. He's got the time. I mean, he lists himself on his Cameo bio. This just makes me want to smash his face with a shovel. He lists himself on his Cameo bio as a former congressional icon.
What the fuck? Who? Oh my God.
Talk about a word in the English language that we have destroyed more than icon. I can't think of one. We have totally eviscerated the meaning of that word.
Oh yeah, just like our son, who says, "Is that an icon? Is he an icon?
Yeah,
is he a legend?
Legend.
Is he an icon? No, he says these stupid things. But yeah, I agree with you.
My son wants to know everybody who's a legend. I'm like, your mother and father are a legend. He's like, why? I'm like, because we've answered 4,000 questions consecutively without actually getting a full answer out.
Because I birthed that big head.
So there's the latest on George Santos. The man's making his career on Cameo. Good for him. $200 a pop. I mean,
I fucking can't believe that. There are hookers out there getting less than that to give a blowjob, and this motherfucker wants 200 for cameo.
it's a good point. It's a good point by you,
That's
Cuddles.
some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
It is. And there are people on Cameo. I mean, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I mean, everybody is bigger than George Santos. And granted, he's having his moment, but no, who's going to give a shit in 3 months? Nobody. So there's people who actually had careers and are talented musicians and comedians, whatever, who are not charging $200 a cameo. That's on the high end.
Yeah. Who does he think he is?
I guess he's just riding high on this. If anybody, please, any of the responsible people, Miss Justice, Robin, Bird, Paul, who, Paige, whoever, Rhoda, just let's go 3 months from now, which is January, February, March 4th. Somebody remind us, and let's go take a look at what rate George Santos is charging. Guarantee you it's down to $50. Guarantee.
If it's not, he's got some nerve.
Yeah, if it's not, we've got a real problem. We've got a real big problem. I mean, I don't know if I feel like he got kicked out at the wrong time too. If they would have timed this a little better, so it was like right before they announced the next cast of Dancing with the Stars, it would have been great.
Oh, that's right.
Is a chance for those kinds of shows, but I don't know. A lot of time is going to pass, I think, before they actually get into the next one of those seasons. So I don't know if he's even going to wind up making that. We'll see.
Poor George Santos.
Yeah. He will steal your identity and bank info. That is true. He's been known to do that. Or start an OnlyFans. That's what I'm waiting for. George Santos might be the first OnlyFans this show pays for. I thought it would have been, what was her name? Who got us close?
Who?
There's been a couple. Maybe the one from The Sopranos.
Oh, Drea?
I feel like there was another one who we were all like, what are they going to be doing on there? We got to see what that is. But George Santos, I got to see. We might have to pay for that. What would he do on OnlyFans? Not everybody gets naked on there. Some people just do I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what they do. Like I was looking at a list the other day in passing, and Cardi B was on there. And I don't think Cardi B gets naked. I think she just...
I don't think she's naked, but I think she's close to it.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
I thought
she just seems like a hot mess.
I thought I heard somebody say she just talks or chats or will ramble on a specific topic that she doesn't do on Instagram, but she'll save it for OnlyFans.
Ah, that's genius.
Yeah, I think some people just literally just put out content on OnlyFans just to charge for it. So I don't think everybody's spreading their ass cheeks. But the day that George Santos spreads his ass cheeks, we will be there. We will be there covering that.
How much does OnlyFans charge? Is it $12.99?
Yeah, I think you get to set. I don't know if they have limits, but I feel like it's anywhere from $4 to $20.
Dear Jesus.
So, I mean, I would wonder. I wonder if George Santos is kind of like a drag icon. Maybe he's a drag icon. I don't know. Maybe the drag community
loves him.
Yeah, maybe they could look past some of the lies and deceit and fraud.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they could look past some of that kind of stuff. I mean, we all do it, right? When somebody of our own kind makes it into something big, you all kind of look past the shitty stuff to the good stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think so.
We'll see what happens. But wherever George Santos goes from here, especially if it's to OnlyFans, your old pals of the AOA podcast will be on it.
Oh, yeah.
The day, just take this to the bank. Again, I say this with love. The day George Santos spreads his ass cheeks on OnlyFans, you will know about it. You won't miss that moment because we will be here explaining it to you.
Yeah, but I would like to miss it.
Yeah, me too. I would like to miss it. I'll tell you what I would love to do is get Frank this is my dream, and I hope Frank is watching or listening. My dream is to give Frank 3 whiskeys in a short amount of time. And then I'm going to give him
Oh God.
a half a gallon of milk. And then we're going to put him in the backseat of a car in which I'm going to drive ferociously for 15 minutes. And then we're going to put him in front of the computer and film his reaction to
Oh,
George
God.
Santos spreading his ass cheeks on OnlyFans and just see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a good idea.
I think it's going to be a lot of vomit. It won't be the first time I've seen Frank vomit, and it won't be the last time either. But I just think that all those things together is going to make for a really entertaining 17-second video.
Yeah. Wait, you've seen Frank vomit?
Who, Pukey? Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, we used to call him Pukey in college.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Frank
not
had
nice.
Frank had bad motion sickness on planes and everything like that. He's since gotten a lot better with it, I think. But I mean, if you gave me 3 whiskeys and a half a gallon of milk, I wouldn't even need to get in the car before I'd be puking everywhere. That's just far too much.
That's gross.
It's far too much for these 40-year-old stomachs to be handling, Cuddles. You know what I'm saying?
We're too fucking old for this shit.
Yeah, we're too old. Give me an ice cream. I got to take half a week off. Here's Bird. I'm with Pukey. Yeah, see? Pukey's got support. That's what we like to see. Nothing wrong with Pukey. Adam Driver. This is unbelievable to me. This is right up there with one time, Cuddles, I've told the story before. It's very famous. I used to work for this woman who maybe they're not the best social savvy person on the planet. And we get the opportunity, the wonderful opportunity to go and meet Elvis Costello. And Elvis Costello is just like an absolute dream come true to like just sit there and just to be in his presence, in his company. Like I've thought about all the things I'd love to say to Elvis Costello. And I also realized that just standing there with him is, prize enough. But I used to work with this woman. And so we finally get the opportunity to go meet Elvis Costello. And we're there and he's taking pictures with people. There's like a VIP reception area where, people have paid like $3,000 to fucking take a picture with Elvis Costello. And, I'm lucky enough to be there in that moment because I say stupid shit. I'm just grateful to fucking be there. So we get introduced and she walks up to him and goes, "Man, you lost a lot of weight." But said it in a way, like the tone of it was, "You used to be disgustingly fat and now you are tolerable." Like that was how it came off.
God.
And he was weren't you there? Were you there in that moment?
Yes, I was.
I know you were there.
Taking pictures.
Yeah, because I remember we were having dinner and we got called over. I think we like left dinner. I don't know if we were in the middle or we weren't totally done, but I just remember us like rushing out of the restaurant to go because we didn't think we were going to get a chance to meet him. And I know you were there, but did you hear that comment? Did you hear
I don't
what
think
she
I
said?
heard the comment, but I was there when you guys were taking pictures. I had no idea who he even was.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
I was like, who the fuck are you?
I know. I stayed with you through that. That's credit to me.
Yeah, I'm the best thing that ever happened to that.
I know. You're so good. I had to overlook your lack of Elvis Costello knowledge. Anyway, it was one of the worst things I'd ever witnessed in person. Like you just don't say anything like that. You'd be like, "Hey, you look good," or "Oh, so good to see you. Look great." That's one thing, but like, you lost a lot of weight. You got really thin, or whatever she said. It was so insulting, And it turns out the guy had fucking cancer, which is what we didn't learn that until years later. He had fucking cancer, which is why he was so thin.
What a bitch.
The whole fucking thing was a mess. But anyway, and then it was one of those moments where I was like, "Oh, do you think I insulted him?" I had to be like, "No," but in my head, I'm like doing the full on, like,
yeah. He should have he should have turned to her and been like, "You know what, you could maybe lose a couple of pounds."
So anyway, Fast forward to this weekend, I guess. I don't know. Chris Wallace has a show still on CNN, and I like Chris Wallace. I actually think Chris Wallace is a good guy. Like I know he gets a lot of shit because he was on Fox and people hated him on Fox, and then he went to CNN, and then the Fox people then hated him now, and then the CNN people who don't realize he's on CNN are like, I still hate that conservative prick with the glasses. And he's very hated, but I think he's a great journalist. I think he's a good dude. But he's sitting down talking to Adam Driver, who's out there promoting the Ferrari movie, who just a couple of weeks ago, we talked about this, was at a press junket where somebody was like, hey, the car crashes didn't look real. How do you feel about that? To which Adam Driver had to basically respond, well, if you don't like the car crashes, go fuck yourself. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, that was his response to the press junket, which I thought was amazing. So he's sitting there with Chris Wallace, and they're doing whatever bullshit Chris Wallace show he has now. And Chris Wallace springs this question on him. I'm going to play this clip for you. This is what Chris Wallace says to Adam Driver.
You don't look like the typical movie star. Has that been a help or a hindrance?
Well, I've worked consistent.
Who says that?
That's kind of rude. Well, first of all, who's Adam Driver?
Adam Driver is the guy from Girls. Remember the boyfriend?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I understand he doesn't have conventional good looks, but to be like, hey, you big nose bastard, I know you're so fucking
That's
ugly.
so mean. I like him.
Yeah, who doesn't like Adam Driver? That's why it was a little shocking to the system when he goes, you were ugly and you still made it. How does that make you feel?
You don't look like the typical movie star. Has that been a help or a hindrance?
Well, I've worked consistently, which is nice, with people that I've wanted to, always dreamed that I wanted to work with, and in that sense, it hasn't. I look how I look. I can't change that. So I guess.
Oh my God, this poor guy, poor Adam.
A hindrance and only breaking mirrors wherever I go, and
I think that's so fucked up. I think he's good looking. This poor guy. Oh my God.
He joked his way out of it, to his credit, with I break mirrors wherever I go. But it's like, how fucking stupid can you be to ask that fucking question? Like,
That's mean.
It is so mean. We shit on celebs, and most of them deserve it. But like, honestly, at the end of the day, they are people, and it is it's exhausting to be judged all the fucking time on everything, and to be like, you don't have conventional good looks. Is that a help or a hindrance?
Yeah, what are you saying?
I'm a movie star. You've washed up old cocksucker. It's a help.
Bastard.
It's a help until it gets me here, when I have to talk to people like you, when it becomes a fucking hindrance, you piece of shit. That's what he should have said. But how fucked up was that? Poor guy. Yes, Misfit Jester. He was in a bunch of Star Wars movies too. I haven't seen any of those yet. Bird says he's not bad looking though. I'd do him. So there you go. Yeah, that's the thing too. There's probably 1 million women and dudes, and women who used to be dudes, and dudes who used to be women, that would fuck Adam Driver. And nobody is lining up to fuck Chris Wallace. And yet he gets to ask that stupid fucking question. Like, I don't know, Cuddles. I pride myself on being a good interviewer back in the day. I don't know if I would have ever been stupid enough to say, well, you're ugly. How does it feel to me? Does that help you?
Yeah, like, didn't his mother ever teach him, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all?
Yeah, like, there's plenty of people, like, not to be mean, but like, Paul Giamatti isn't like the typical, but people have talent,
Exactly.
They fall into a role, and there's something about them that you want to watch them. And I think this guy is one of those guys, So listen, when he's breaking out on girls, okay, maybe, you ask him a question like that. But I mean, the guy's been fucking famous for like 15 years.
Yeah.
He's one of the most sought after actors going today. Every A-list director wants to work with him. It's like, you back off, Chris Wallace. You're stupid Dumb questions. Bird with a good point. Chris Wallace wouldn't do him. I don't think he would. I don't think Adam Driver is Chris Wallace's type, to be honest with you. Rhonda says Wallace said it for shock value, and you're talking about it. Maybe. Rhonda, you could be right. I mean, maybe he's like, hey, what if I ask him if he's fucking ugly and how he feels about it? Maybe then we'll start talking about my stupid show again. And again, I like Chris Wallace. I'm glad he has a show.
Not if he's going to ask stupid questions like this.
Yeah, it's sad. It honestly is kind of sad. You know, it's weird though. Like some people, like we're caught in that weird space where like the newsy people can't make the adjustment to be the funny people. Like a Chris Wallace can't be a John Oliver. And in order to survive in John Oliver's world, you have to be John Oliver. You know what I mean? Like when you're on Fox or CNN and there's just tons of people watching, you don't have to be that great.
Yeah.
Or that entertaining or funny or fun or creative. You know, you just kind of have to like mail it in. But when you start to go to these streaming services, these alternate places, you got to do something to put asses in seats. And kind of some of those straight edge dudes like Chris Wallace can't really do that. You know, I saw something. I actually bumped it from the show Cuddles, but they gave a show to Charles Barkley and Gail, Oprah's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Who does the CBS show? Gail King?
Yeah.
So they're calling it King Charles. I don't know if it's on every night at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever, but the debut flopped. They were like, what a shit show. Like it was awful. Like Shaq called in and nobody gave a shit. King Charles is what it's called. Yeah. So it's Charles Barkley and Gail King. They call the show King Charles. All right. So it's a mess. It's the least watched debut for a CNN show ever. Like more people watched Out Front with Erin Burnett. Like who gives a shit about that show? Cuomo's brother there, he had like 1 million people watching whenever the fuck he debuted with his stupid show that's now gone. But that was years ago. So they haven't hit 1 million people since. Erin Burnett hit like 500,000 people in the debut episode. And so this show actually did less than that. But they were talking about it. And they started to give the demographics of what these cable news networks have. The average age of the audience was like 76.
Oh, Jesus.
Like it was crazy. I looked at it and I go, never have we seen an industry about to make such a drastic change, because in 10 years, a lot of those people are going to be dead. And in 15, even more. And they are going to have to reinvent that whole thing because it's only old crotchety people watching that shit anymore. 76 was the average age.
Jesus.
Holy shit. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So good luck to King. I don't know if it's a once a week thing or all week. I don't know. I didn't even care to look it up to get more information. But I can't imagine for what they're paying Charles Barkley and Gail King that thing is going to survive much longer. So
sounds great.
Lots of luck to them. There is a new documentary coming out on Apple TV Plus, and it, for the first time ever, reveals John Lennon's final words, which is a little disappointing because if you're here for like something wonderful and whimsical and inspirational, I am sorry to say that that's not it. His last words were, "I'm shot." Not exactly what you want one of the greatest poets of all time to utter on their way out.
But did you expect anything more? What do people expect him to be doing? Like,
I don't expect more of him because, again, to be stunned in that moment, it's a miracle you get anything out. But he did produce such beautiful lyrics at times. You would hope there's a little nugget of wisdom in there to be like, what? Oh, like what? You just want to pick something up from that genius before it exits the earth. You know what I'm saying? And all we got was I'm shot. So kind of disappointing. But it's all about Mark David Chapman and obviously John Lennon and those last couple of moments. It looks like it's pretty in depth, this documentary. So if you're a huge Beatles fan, I mean, my goodness, what a great time to be alive. You got the new song. There's always some sort of box set coming out just before the holidays to look forward to. And now this new documentary, which is coming out on Apple TV Plus. It'll be released on Wednesday, which is just ahead of the 43rd anniversary of his passing, which I believe was December 8th, which is Friday. Yeah. Yeah, 43 years. Can you believe it? The two people that actually got to witness it, one of them was I think it was his doorman, and the other was a taxi driver. Both are in the special and also talk about, going up to, turning the taxi driver, this guy, Richard Peterson, he turned him over. He heard the last words. So it was all pretty emotional stuff to read through.
Aww.
Yeah. Very, very sad. I knew Yoko was there. It's funny. I knew Sean was there too. And Sean and Yoko were there. It just, I forgot that little detail. Like his kid was there. Like, it's just fucking sad shit. But we'll turn that frown upside down, Cuddles, because the young Brenda Lee, back in the day, recorded a little song called Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. The year was 1958. And it wasn't until just, when did they come out with these? I think on Sunday. It wasn't until just this week that she topped the Billboard Hot 100 and hit #1 on the charts for Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Everyone is in the Christmas spirit.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough, we're going to talk about Home Alone. That song never really went. I mean, it was in the Christmas music world, but it wasn't until Home Alone, when Macaulay Culkin is trying to fool the two robbers that the house is full, that he played that song, and that's when it fucking took off. That's it. It entered Christmas radio station playlists, and it hasn't left since. And now she's at the top of the charts with a #1 hit. 63 years after the song first came out. Can you fucking believe that?
I can, and I love the song.
And she's still here to talk about it, which is like so great.
Good.
Yeah, she's got like a special coming up, like at the Grand Ole Opry, I think. Christmas at the Opry. It'll be on NBC on Thursday for those that are interested in seeing that. Do you know how old she was when she recorded the song?
No, how old?
13 years old.
Oh my God.
Right? Can you believe that?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't there, just Brenda Lee, but she had a good band with her though. So, we got an Ozempic side effect alert, Cuddles.
You pissed me off with this.
Jen Fessler, do you know who that is?
No.
One of the current stars of Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Saying the word stars after Real Housewife is like, that's pushing it. But go ahead.
She has a podcast, big surprise. And during an episode that she released earlier today, she admitted to having a side effect on Ozempic, and it was an impacted bowel.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know what that is, your duty gets so hard that nothing moves. And they got to go in there and get it out. So she was on Ozempic. And to her, I mean, unbelievable credit. She's like, I'm still on Ozempic. She's like, I am not getting off Ozempic. She's like, but I drink more water. She's like, I eat a little better, and I take she takes like a laxative, Miralax. She goes, I take Miralax to combat the side effects of Ozempic. Like, how desperate do you have to be to fucking lose weight that you're like doing all this shit? Do you imagine
it works? It fucking works. I keep telling you, it works.
I just wish everybody would just be okay with being 20 pounds heavier. I mean, it ain't worth that. Could you imagine going to the hospital and saying, I can't shit. I can't get shit out. Can you help me shit? Because I'm having trouble shitting. And then they're going to go, what's wrong? What did you do? I took a weight loss drug. And now the thing that is number one on weight loss, getting rid of waste. I can't do it. I'm just full of shit. This, by the way, for an Italian, and I believe most Europeans, and I'm going to throw a little bit of Latin America in there too, is one of the biggest concerns of our people, because it is constantly like, you going to the bathroom? Okay. Like, right. Maybe this is right. My mother is just, how's everything? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's good. The kids are okay. Good. You going to the bathroom? You still, you regular? Are you okay?
Yeah. It is so embarrassing.
It's very, and then like, I have family members that love to report on their shit without even, things are good. Work is, I tell you what, I have a little coffee in the morning and I am shitting, right? And you're just like, I just checking. I wasn't even, it was a rhetorical question. How are you doing? I wasn't, trying to find out if you're shitting or not. But this is a big concern to a lot of people. So maybe that's why I'm so fearful of having an impacted bowel. That's why I am cautioning people against Ozempic.
I'll take Ozempic. I'll take the impacted bowel.
Not to turn into my family, but I don't think there's a worse feeling than being constipated. Right? Like, okay, if you had to choose between diarrhea or constipation, which would you pick?
I don't know.
Are you crazy? I'd pick diarrhea any day of the week, because at least I feel like something's getting done.
Well, nothing's going to be getting done because you'd be sitting on the toilet.
Well, no, but I mean, at least you're doing something. Like, it's all coming out. There's hope. There's an end in sight. You're thinking to yourself, boy, I hope this is over soon. I think it might be. I can't imagine. I don't remember eating this much. I can't imagine what else could come out. When you can't get it out, I feel like there's nothing worse than that. There's nothing worse than that. Yeah, look at this onion. My friend is eating pain pills for his cancer treatments and hasn't pooped in over a week. I feel so bad for him. Onion, I can't tell you the hysteria this would cause in my family if somebody didn't shit for over a week.
Oh my God, the watermelon your mother would be sending to our house.
Yeah, my mother goes, you know what helps you poop? I go, not that I asked, but okay, go ahead. She's like, watermelon. I'm like, I just think you shit a lot, because it's water and shit. I mean, no other medical book has this as, helping you out. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's only your family that does this, I think.
Like prune juice, or, I mean, you could name a million things that are helpful. I don't think, didn't she say pancakes once too?
Oh no, that's me.
Oh, was that you?
But they go pancakes with syrup go right through me.
I'm like, I think you just shit in the morning. I think it's just a morning pooper. I don't think pancakes have anything to do with it.
This is a different feeling. Nope. This is an instant, gotta go. Nope. That's why I do not order pancakes when we go out.
Look at Raven. LMAO. Apples for me. I guess everybody's got their thing, I guess. I don't know. Apples is a thing, though. What does apples do? Satiate? Is that a word?
Yes, they satiate you.
They satiate you.
Feel full.
Yeah, I need to be satiated. I still don't know. They say, I've seen both sides of it. I've seen studies that say there's some chemical response in the brain that when you have coffee, yes, it's a diuretic, but when you have coffee, there's something that triggers in your brain that you have to go to the bathroom. And then I've also seen things that it's like, that's total bullshit. People have coffee in the morning and they shit in the morning. Like there's no real connection to both things. It's just something that you have the coffee.
No, I don't think it's true. I think coffee helps.
Maybe it does. I don't know. Again, I've seen people say it helps. I've seen people like scientists go, oh no, there's a direct correlation to it. Part of me also thinks that you fire up that coffee at 7 and then you take a shit at 7:15, you'd probably take a shit at 7:15 anyway if you didn't have the coffee.
Maybe not.
I'm so glad we're talking about this because if you've ever wondered what it's like to be at one of my family holidays, this is basically it.
Now you know.
This is basically it. It is a lot of shit talk with an occasional pass the macaroni, please. That's really it. It's a lot of this, you know. That's basically all it is. Okay, Alicia Shapiro's got a good one here. I'm with such ailment when you can't go potty, you need to take milk of magnesia.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that. Although nothing makes me more physically ill than the phrase milk of magnesia.
Ugh.
It just doesn't sound appealing at all. You know. Anyway. So the Real Housewives girl couldn't shit for a while and then she started drinking. I don't know if there's many more embarrassing things on the planet than going to a hospital and being like, please, I can't shit. Can you please help me take a dump?
Would they give her an enema?
I don't know what they did. She didn't really say. She didn't go into too many details on it. But she basically says she hasn't had a problem since. But I don't know. I mean, we all have this image problem, but do you want to date the girl who has an impacted bowel? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm dating the man that I'm married to the man who needs colonoscopies every few years because he can't go to the bathroom. So what the fuck?
Well, it's all that family pressure we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, false, or perceptions and everything else. Would you say that the suicide rate around the holidays is higher or lower than the rest of the year?
I'm going to say lower.
You would be correct.
I know I'm correct.
I feel like the perception is, though, that people kill themselves around the holidays.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think like the New Year's and all that, I think that is when more people, themselves.
So you think the New Year?
Yeah, but the holiday season, I don't think so.
Look at this, everybody. Higher. Renee, Onion, higher. Bird, higher. Robin, yes, higher. Harry, yes, higher. See, the perception is...
I know that.
People kill themselves around the holiday.
No, because I feel like they see all this holiday spirit and there's trees and there's decoration, but then the holiday happens, give it a few weeks and they get depressed from all the happiness and everything that went on at the holidays. And then New Year's, they're like, okay, I hate myself. I want to die.
Okay. What if I told you that the month for the worst month for suicides is actually July?
July?
July is the worst month for suicides in the United States of America, which means that it has absolutely nothing to do with weather. In fact, it seems like the nicer the weather, the more suicides we get, because February is low. November and December is low. In fact, December is the lowest of the year.
Because everyone's too cold and they're fucking hibernating. No one wants to think about it. I'll think about it next month.
Yeah. You check in with that friend and you're like, how you doing? I'm fucking depressed. You gonna kill yourself? No, it's too cold. I can't.
No, there's just, yeah.
Maybe when it gets warmer, I'll think about it. But right now, it's too fucking cold to kill myself.
July? Why July?
I don't know. But this perception, the reason why everybody in the live chat is saying higher, this perception of suicide comes from the fact that the mainstream media, those people who want to tell us it's Monday and not Thursday and a half, they run suicide stories more often around the holidays.
Why?
These sadistic bastards. And I don't even know why. It doesn't even make sense. Like this study that was done, okay, which I'm reading off of. They did a study on the amount of suicide stories during the holidays. In 1999-2000, there were 77 stories in the news around the holidays about holiday suicide. That's crazy. The following year, 2000-2001, it was 60. Another year of 60, then 59. For some reason in 03 and 04, it went down to 43. 47 the year after that, 57 the year after that. Why? I have no idea. But in 2005, 2006, only 9 stories about suicide during the holidays. And then after that, it shot back up to 51 the following year. And it's been around the 70 to 40 range ever since. So for some bizarre reason, the media loves to focus on depression around the holiday and suicide. And they've been doing these stories so much that people think December is the largest time of year for suicides. Like 80% of Americans pick December for the most suicides, when in fact, it has the lowest suicide rate out of any month that we have.
See? I was right, as always.
You were right. I'm surprised, but like most of the rest of our marriage, not really surprised that you were right.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to our final story, Cuddles, and that is, I love this one so much. I feel like people are doing this more and more, and it can kind of get a little annoying, but in this particular instance, I love it. Remember in Home Alone when Kevin goes shopping for himself?
Yes. Oh, you going to talk about the food?
Yeah. Did you tell me about this?
Yes, I did. Remember how I said to you, how the fuck did he buy all that shit for $20?
Yeah. Okay, so it was 1990 when the movie came out.
Yeah.
And young little Kevin is out there doing his grocery shopping. And so he gets milk. Here, I got the whole list of what he gets. He gets a TV dinner. He gets a loaf of Wonder Bread, frozen mac and cheese, plastic wrap, half a gallon of milk, Tide laundry detergent, toilet paper, half a gallon of orange juice, pack of Army Men, and a box of dryer sheets. And the store clerk rings him up. 1983. He hands her a coupon for $1 off, gives her a 20, walks away with 17 cents change.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So now this guy on TikTok, and I want to give him credit, he took all those things and, went and searched around and, got the price on all those things today. If you were going to shop for those things today, well, you already know how much it is, right?
No, I don't. I don't know how much it is nowadays. I said to you.
Oh, that it was ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Lyons on TikTok, credit for him. Okay, so all those items, live chat audience and replay crew, I'll check out your comments afterwards. Give me a stab on what you think that would cost today. TV dinner, loaf of Wonder Bread, frozen mac and cheese, plastic wrap, half a gallon of milk, Tide laundry detergent, toilet paper, half a gallon of orange juice, pack of Army Men, dryer sheets. 10 items. 1983 with $1 off coupon back in 1990. How much do you think those items would go for today?
$125.
I'm laughing at you, and here comes Paul with the same exact guess, $120.
Did he? Paul? See? Great minds think alike. I told you.
You guys are a little over. You guys are a little over.
It also depends on where you're going. In New York, everything is more fucking expensive, okay?
That's true. Well, I'll say this. Credit Jeffrey Lyons on TikTok. Kevin was in Chicago, so he's priced these items out in the suburb of Chicago.
Okay, so that's kind of like Long Island. So okay, and how
Kind
much?
of. Robin says 98. Still over. Onion says
45. Where the fuck are you living, Onion?
under.
$45.
Onion is under. 95 for Rhoda, over. $60 Canadian from Carrie. I don't know how to convert Canadian, so I'm just gonna say that's incorrect. Oceani says 75, getting closer but still over. 50 for Renee, and here is Raven at $60. Closest without going over. $63.73 today.
That's a lie. That's a lie because fucking Tide is like $20 alone. That is a lie. I don't know what he's getting. That's a lie. He did not do it right. I'm going to fucking do this myself. I'm going to go fucking do this myself. Okay.
Are you challenging Jeffrey Lyons on TikTok?
I am challenging him and his bullshit. Okay. There's no fucking way that costs that much. Okay. Not at all.
Raven, I said the same. Rhonda, not in LA.
Exactly, Rhonda.
All right.
I don't know where he's getting that shit from. I'm going to go. He probably got the off brand of everything. No, Tide. He's got to get Tide. And no fucking coupons either. He got $1 coupon, Kevin. That's all you use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was $1. That was it.
$62. Who the fuck I went to the store today. I didn't even get fucking dinner, and it cost me $80-something. I think I got snacks for the kids for school for like 3 days. That'll last.
We got to talk about those kids. They're eating us out of house and home. They never stop eating.
They don't stop eating. I can't take it anymore.
You know what's weird? I realize how much better of a parent my wife is than me.
Oh, I wouldn't call you a parent.
Technically, according to the state, I am a parent.
You're a guardian. Okay?
All right, are you really going to price out the?
I'm going to fucking price it out, and on Wednesday, I am going to have a total for you, and we're going to figure out where. I want to know the suburbs, and it's in the suburbs of Chicago. Don't worry, I'm going to find out what fucking places are there, because I know it's not Publix where you can buy anything for like dirt cheap. It's probably like some brands place. I'm going to look everywhere, Stop and Shop, all of them, because this guy, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, suck it, Jeffrey Lyons, you piece of shit. I don't know what you're doing.
Fucking lying sack of shit.
Yeah, that's right. I like it. You know what you should do? You should price it out what the best you can do around here, and then you should price it out. What's that high-end grocery store that everybody goes to in Calabasas?
Oh, Erewhon?
Yeah. You should price it out there and see how much it is on that in that fucking place.
Yeah. Oh no, that you need a mortgage.
That would be fun. We got homework to do.
I got shit to do. Oh fuck, I got Girl Scout stuff.
I know.
All right, let's go.
All right, Cuddles. Save 20% off the merch store. There's your Kevin coupon right there. Using the promo code Old Men. Just think about who or what would J-Sebs do. Old Men is the answer. 20% off when you put that promo code in, OLDMEN, and you can save 20% off the merch store right there. Lots of great shirts up there, including my favorite, the I'm with Cuddles shirt, or I'm here for Cuddles. That is up in the store now. J-Seb's favorites, Frankie C's Coats drawing shirt. Everything.
I have a question. Why were you saying that I'm definitely a better parent than you?
Okay, so yesterday we had a holiday parade in our town. Now, I just want to tell people we live in this beautiful utopia of Long Island where every town, and we've got 90 of them, has like a beautiful little Main Street area, and they decorate it. It looks gorgeous, and they have these picturesque parades, and it's so nice. And you go to the local store and you get your hot chocolate and all this stuff. The town that we live in is really nice, but we don't have one of those traditional old school downtowns. Like maybe in your town, wherever you are, and most of the towns that we are in were built in like the 1900s, and they're all still standing, and they've all been like fixed up a little bit or whatever, and some of them were dilapidated through the 80s, and then they've come back, and they're gorgeous and they're beautiful for parades. And so Cuddles and I, we go to some neighboring parades, Halloween and, whatever, right? We never get to have that in our own little town. So somebody decided that they were going to do it in our town. It was their first year. It was wonderfully, I applaud their community feeling. But it was yesterday, and if you're in the Northeast area, we've had terrible storms. They had snow up more north than us.
Yeah.
We just had a whole bunch of rain. So cancel the parade and move it to next week. They didn't want to do that. A lot of people wouldn't be able to participate. So they forged ahead with the thing. So Cuddles and our daughter, Cece, they go and line up to march in the parade because Cuddles is one of the Girl Scouts leaders. So me and my son, we drop them off and then we go wait at the end of the parade and we wait for them to finish. But of course they have to be there an hour early. So me and my son are just standing there waiting in the car. And I bring this up because my son starts to complain about an earache. And so I'm like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, you got to fight through it, pal. We're here. We can't just leave. We can't just abandon, mom and your sister. We got to be there to support them, And plus, how it is. The boy, we have an older boy than a girl. So he's been in baseball and hockey and all these things. And the poor girl goes to all the games, so she doesn't do a lot of things that he can reciprocate that at. She does dancing and there's one recital, whereas he has 2-3 games a week, So to be in a parade is a nice thing to be at. So he's complaining about his ear hurting. And we go to Starbucks before to get some coffees and hot chocolates and everything. And I get him some treats. Maybe I get myself a cookie, whatever. Who knows how it all works? I forget. But I noticed that he's like, my ear. And I'm like, do you want your cake pop? And he's like, yeah, okay. And he's totally silent while eating. And then he finishes in a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, my ear is hurting again. My ear started to hurt. So now I'm like, want some cookie? Yeah, okay. He takes the cookie. He starts eating the cookie.
Aww.
Utter silence during the eating. Utter silence. There was nothing. So then we get out of the car because we're, the parade's going to start coming to where we are. And there was a little truck there, a food truck. And so we're walking by and the girl is like, now it's pouring rain. So not as many people are there as they thought, even though a lot of people did show up.
Yes.
And the woman who's like, oh, do you want a hot chocolate? And I'm like, you want a hot chocolate, buddy? He's like, yeah. Meanwhile, there's an entire hot chocolate in the truck from Starbucks that he didn't touch at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'll buy him another hot chocolate. Turns out they're giving away the hot chocolate for free. All right, great. And then she's like, would you like a candy too? He's like, yeah, sure. So he gets a box of Nerds. So he's eating the Nerds. No complaints. Nothing. As soon as he finishes the Nerds, oh my God, my ears are. And I'm like, I'm starting to see a pattern here. And I'm like, my wife carries snacks with her wherever she goes. Wherever she goes, no matter what, Cuddles has a whole slew of snacks. And I realized yesterday the stroke of genius that really is. Because if you need to quiet them down or get them under control, you feed them.
Yes, that is true, but
that's unbelievable.
Yes, but it's not 100% true because after, your daughter and I walked the whole walk and we got where the tree lighting was and your son is standing there crying, I made the parental judgment to take him to the urgent care where he had an ear infection and the other ear was red and had opaque liquid in it. So
you love to say opaque. I don't know what it is. I've heard you tell the story.
Because he didn't just have liquid, he had opaque liquid. And then the PA at the urgent care said that if it's clear liquid, it's fine. But if it's not, that's when an infection comes along. So he had an infection in one. And
what is opaque? Because I thought those are the people that
it's
judge the oil prices.
Isn't opaque like like cloudy and it's not like clear liquids.
Okay,
And
maybe.
it was right. Who cares? You were like, oh, he just wants food when our fucking poor kid had an ear infection. Okay? And you're like, stop crying. And he's crying because he's in fucking pain.
I was the worst. Because he was crying and he'd be like,
oh, my baby.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, come on, buddy. Like, hang in there, pal. I'm like trying to encourage him. But in my mind, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
And that's why they are with me 99.9999% of the time.
So my poor wife, I be honest with you, she stood out in the fucking rain for over an hour and then walked so that she tells me where the parade is. She's like, here's where you have to drop us off. And then here's where it ends. I go, there's no way. I'm like, this is the first time they're having this parade. There is no way they're going to make you walk that fucking far. You could literally cut that into a quarter of what it was, and it would be more than sufficient for our little town that has never had a parade before. Like, it's the first time. Like, let's take baby steps out of the gate here. But they had a really long parade route, and so she walked in the pouring rain.
Yep.
With all the kids, and then gets to the end, and I am like, take your son, because I can't fucking take him anymore.
My poor baby. And I took him. You dropped us, and I went into the walk-in with him as he was crying, and that's it. And that's what a mother does.
And I was not even. I'm totally throwing myself under the bus, and I totally deserve it, because I'm like, so now, because where we are, we're right next to a supermarket. So I'm like, let's just go to the supermarket and get him something.
Yeah, like what's gonna fucking help him? And an idiot that I am, I asked like the PA. I was like, "Is there anything at the store we can get him with?" And she's like, "No." She was like, "Tylenol or Motrin, but that's not gonna solve the problem of the." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm thinking in my head, that's because my idiot husband said it. Let's go in here and get something.
But you have to admit, so. Did they even give him medicine, or they just gave him
Tylenol? They gave him antibiotic. He has an antibiotic.
No. But I'm saying at the doctor's office, they didn't give
him.
They
gave him a dosage of the antibiotic because it was
okay.
so late that where we get the pharmacy was already closed. So
That's
he got it. He got a dosage of it there.
Because I was gonna say, because he rebounded from that terrible pain quickly.
Yeah, they gave him like extra strength, like Motrin, and they gave him the antibiotic, and then he was okay.
Yeah.
But now he's on antibiotics for the next couple days.
Poor little guy. I did feel I felt bad for him, but I also
no, you didn't.
No, I did. I really did. I really did. I was because that's you know, you don't want it to be in pain, but also at the same time, I was kind of like I was having that typical parent child, like trying to explain to them, there's nothing we can do. You just got to wait. And you can't explain that to a kid.
No, but that's why we left. We left before they even lit the tree because my child was crying in pain. I'm not going to stand there and be like, oh, let's light the fucking. No, my son's hurt in pain.
And I'm like, let's go to the supermarket and see if we can.
Yeah. Let's get some fucking over-the-counter eardrops and see if that works. If you lose your hearing, don't worry. We'll get you implants. Oh.
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. And that's why our daughter was crying for me earlier when I had to go out to a meeting.
I know. She's going through a mommy girl phase. That one.
That's my girl. It's okay.
She lost her first tooth, everybody.
I know.
Yeah, she's really excited.
Baby.
$20. I wonder what Kevin got under his fucking pillow. But the tooth fairy these days, $20.
Yeah. No, only first tooth. First tooth is a 20. Every other one is not.
I don't know who came up with this. It's fucking killing dad, though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, right. Because you had the cash on you, and you put it underneath the pillow. Don't worry.
And so we still have like a baby monitor in their room because we never bought like a baby monitor. We bought the Nest camera thing, so it's been in their room like since forever. We just leave it in there. And is that does that make us bad parents? Because I feel like it's more like, I don't know, like if they're like, up or talking, we could be like, go to bed. It's just easier than having to like go into the room all the time. Yeah. So even if you're passing judgment on us, go fuck yourself because we don't care.
Yeah,
but,
I'm a good mother. Fuck off.
But we have it, but we don't, for that one, we don't have like where it records, it's just, it'll show you like moments of movement or whatever, but that one doesn't record. We have another one in the house that does. But anyway, so, so you can go through, you could look back like a couple of hours sometimes. I don't know what it is, 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, when there's a movement where if it sees activity, it kind of takes like a picture.
Yeah, it takes a little, yeah, right. She comes to me this morning and she goes, "Can I see your phone?" And I go, "Yeah, for what? What do you want?" She's like, "I want to look on the camera to see if I can."
He's a smart one. You got to fucking watch out for that one.
Yeah. She wanted to fucking scout out the tooth fairy. I'm like, holy shit.
Yep, we ain't in trouble.
I'm like, no. I'm like, Daddy's watching porn. Go away.
You're such an ass.
She comes and sits next to me sometimes while I'm just like scrolling TikTok, and I let her watch, and I just feel like I really shouldn't. Like sometimes I'm like, let her watch a couple, like 5 or 6 videos, but sometimes I feel like I shouldn't even be letting her do that.
No, I do let her watch with me. There's one person on TikTok that I follow, and they draw. So they'll do like a drawing, and you'll see them like color and fill it in and everything, and I let her watch it with me. And the woman's always doing like, she does like dresses, and she does like people, and she's amazing. And Cecilia sits there and she'll watch it with me. She like loves it.
Yeah.
But that's it. I'm not letting her watch some of these thirsty bitches out here.
Oh, I know, some of them are really bad. But my TikTok is mostly food. And it's usually some comedy kind of thing. But like, because our son always searches like animals, like, so I'll get like an animal video or like a cute dog. I got a lot of cute dog videos, or like pets falling off of things
Do you
videos.
remember the one? Do you remember the one where he was obsessed with like cougars and cheetahs, and he put cougar in, and it wasn't the cougar he was looking for? We're doing like, no, not that cougar, Mike.
Yeah, and I had to burst a bunch of thirsty 40-year-old women on my TikTok for a month and a half.
What the fuck? I'm not a cougar.
I get caught into some weird TikTok traps. What was that one the other day that I was like, I got to talk about this? Now I can't remember what it is.
I'm on Book Talk.
Yeah, but you read books, so that makes sense. Sometimes I get caught into some TikTok traps, and I'm like, how did I get on here? This doesn't make any sense. There was one of them. Fuck, it'll kill me now. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
It was like snakes as pets or something. It was some weird fucking thing where I'm like,
fuck that.
Because when you see 2 or 3 videos out of like 10, which is a big chunk.
No, and if you watch a video instead of scrolling, if you watch it for a couple of seconds, then whatever that is, the next that's it. It's like it just I'm like, oh God, never look at anything. I tell myself, don't look.
First of all, the thing, I think it's for kids with autism, where you push you push the buttons.
Yes.
Our kids have that. The game, it's not a game, it's like the rubber thing where you pop the buttons in and out. What do they call those? Poppets?
Oh, poppets. Yeah.
Poppets. Somebody put one of those on like a game looking thing, and the back lights up and everything. I stopped for that once 6 months ago, and I get 4 of those a scroll. It's ridiculous how much I get those. Oh, and then what? Oh, this was it. The secret. Somebody came up with a journal. I feel like I need to turn my phone off before we have these conversations. Somebody came up with like a journal for The Secret, and like, putting it out in the universe or whatever. And you're writing, oh, I had to fucking turn that off because it was nonstop. Because the first person who said it, I was like, oh, what is this thing? And then they said what it was, and then that was it. I just got hit with it.
That's it. Yeah.
Another one, I made the mistake. You tell me if I was wrong on this. I saw this woman, and she goes this big vanity mirror in her bedroom. And Cuddles and I have a ridiculous bedroom, right? Like, our bedroom is way too fucking big for her.
Yeah, it's wasted.
It's just, we don't have enough room to fill this shit. So I see this huge mirror, and it's this big vanity mirror, and it goes in the bedroom, and it swivels. It's on like a thing where you can swivel it. But then it's like slanted, so you could see like your full outfit. And like I know you've always asked for like a mirror, which despite our massive amount of room,
we don't have a full-size mirror. No, we don't.
So I come across this thing and I'm like, oh, maybe she'll like that. And then she opens it up and it's like just fucking drawers and compartments, and there's hair stuff and there's jewelry and there's lights and there's like all this amazing shit. I'm like, I'm about to fucking buy this for my wife. I'm going to surprise her for Christmas. And then I was like, so I almost bought it off a TikTok shop. And then I was like, let me go to Amazon, because we're so in Amazon with the free. I hate buying it there though, because you see it right away. But I was like, just out of curiosity, let me see what it's like on Amazon. It was half the price on Amazon.
Ooh.
But meanwhile, now I keep getting, there is, like everything else in the world today, it's not just, here's the Acme company and they make this widget and it's the only one of its kind. No, there's 50 no-name companies you've never heard of that make the same exact fucking thing. And they're all $4 within each other. And then it's like, which one of these is good? I don't even know. I have no idea which one's the good one, which one's going to last. But I didn't buy it for you. Should I have bought that? Do you think that would have been
I don't know. I have to look at it first.
That's what I thought. I was really impressed with it. But now I get 2 to 3 videos of those a day, and it's very I wish I could just tell TikTok, I am no longer interested in this product. Please stop serving me with ads for it. Like, it's crazy.
You can't do that?
No.
Oh.
You can. Sometimes it asks you, did you like this thing that you just saw? But if it doesn't ask you that, I mean, maybe, I don't know if you block a person or whatever. But what I found even with that other stuff is there's 40 influencers that are just peddling the same shit that is just, it's going to get fed into your timeline. No matter who it is. I've been
seeing all that. I've been seeing that too.
Oh, it's brutal. It's fucking brutal. It's hard living in the world today, isn't it?
It's really hard.
Tell me about it. Save 20% in, speaking of stuff to buy, AOA merch store. There's only one. There's only one of a kind there. And that's at anthonyonair.com. So head on over there or click the link in the description. Grab yourself some merch this holiday season. God bless Bird. Loves her AOA hoodie. There she goes. Comfy. Get one. You can save 20% right now with the promo code Old Men. Promo code Old Men in honor of the great J Sabs. I just realized I wrote on this card upside down. What are you going to do? Save 20% off right there if you would like. We're keeping that Cyber Week sale going for a little while longer. Cuddles, you're amazing as always. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. Everybody in the live chat, it was so much fun hanging with you.
Yes, thank you.
We'll come back and we'll do it again on Wednesday. That is, of course, if you believe the government when they tell you it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Most of us will know that it's Sunday and 3/4 at that point. Am I right, people?
You're right.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.